If you love the Geely EX5 as much as I do, particularly with its styling, but you love a little bit of adventure and freedom, just that little bit more than the range of the EX5 can deliver, then I have great news. We're here to preview a pre-production version of the new Starray EM-i. Now this is coming to Australia later this year. Stay tuned for a bit more information on release dates and pricing once we have that on hand. But we've got a little bit of a sneak peek today to be able to show you around the car and some of the features that you're going to absolutely love. Many of those are similar with the EX5 and they're features that you've commented that you absolutely love too. Now, if you're wondering why it looks kind of similar to another car that we've featured previously, well, I had the Xinjiang 7 on my channel a few months ago. This was a Chinese market version of this car. This one has a few tweaks and adjustments to better suit the Australian market. So let's get into those and show you around the car. Starting at the front of the car, you have a camera located just here. This forms part of Geely's commitment to safety in all their cars, where you will have a 360-degree camera system. You have front parking sensors to make that parking job just that little bit more comfortable. You'll recognize that this logo looks a little bit different to some of the international Geely branding. And that's because this is the International Auto brand logo for Geely. And I actually think it looks very, very smart and premium. Down the bottom here, you'll notice that you have a grille and you have a lower fascia that has almost some ribbing to it. That's to allow plenty of airflow to get into the engine area, because this car does have a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine that pairs with the super hybrid system to give you just that little bit of additional reach that we mentioned before. And more importantly, with these daytime running lights at the top and the headlights at the bottom, you have LED for both, and you'll agree with me that that LED daytime running light design looks incredibly smart. And as someone that normally doesn't like silver paint jobs, they've done really, really well with this particular color scheme and contrasting with those nice black highlights as well as the LED daytime running lights. That's pretty much it for the front. So let's see what you're going to enjoy inside. Now, before we step into the inside of the Starray EM-i, one of the things I want to touch on is Geely's local adaptation program. So what that means is they are bringing a car in from an international market to the Australian domestic market, but they're spending the resources to make this car localized so that you get the best ride and handling. Part of that is things like suspension and tire choices, with the top model on the Starray EM-i expected to have Goodyear tires on the outside, wrapped around a 19-inch alloy wheel to give you a good balance between comfort and sportiness. As we step back a little bit, you'll notice that there's another camera here as part of the 360-degree camera system. That gives you another layer of visibility around your car. And more importantly, the handles are normal handles. They're not experimental, they're not different, they're just normal. You can open and close them, they're easy. The other cool thing as well is when you go to your dealership and you test drive one of these cars, have a go at opening and closing the door a couple of times. There's no rattling, there's no tinniness, there's no cheapness about the car. Everything feels premium and with purpose as part of the overall build. And with the EX5 being a 5-star ANCAP rated vehicle, we can expect big things for the Starray EM-i as well. Let's step inside. Now, stepping into the Starray EM-i, you'll notice that it looks very similar to the EX5 from the interior, and that's because, well, it's been really well received. A lot of the owners for the EX5 really like how premium the EX5 looks, and I do as well. One of the things I want to point out with this, Geely has done a great job at actually delivering a tilt and reach adjustable steering wheel. Again, it enables you to get into position and feel comfortable right from the start, not to kind of have to adapt yourself to the car, but the car can adapt to how you feel comfortable. These seats on longer drives, incredibly comfortable. And on the dash here, there's a couple of things. So gloss black around the air vents, where traditionally you would have a little bit of gloss black. You've got soft touch materials just in the center here, plus the beautiful ambient lighting that is customizable to up to 256 different shades of whatever gray you want to have inside your car. And of course, some harder wearing materials at the top and the bottom in higher contact or less touched areas of the car, which is a great balance, again, both for cost, but also durability. The FLYME sound system, it has a prominent place on the dash and is a very nice sound system. You have a heads-up display in the top model for the driver, a traditional display in front of you, so you're not guessing where your speed is, you're not having to look to the left or only on the glass. And in the center console area as well, you have, well, no gloss black. You have a nice textured and color matched interior that doesn't reflect the sunlight. So if you remember the EX5 review, if you did watch that, you'll remember me pointing out that I really liked that surface area there. But there's a couple other things on the inside here that I want to point out, so come on through, let me show you. In the center of the Starray EM-i, you have this beautiful and very responsive digital display here. And the reason it's so responsive, well, one of the Geely companies is Meizu, and Meizu makes incredibly nice digital displays for their smartphones. So you have that smartphone feel to traditional automotive tech, and I really love it. Now, sitting in the back of the Geely Starray EM-i, it's like going to your grandparents' house and sitting in one of the most comfortable and fantastic sofas that you were never allowed to sit on without that plastic wrapping on them. Because these are just really comfortable. Now, I'm told overseas they're actually referred to as marshmallow seats, and I can see why. You kind of just sink into them, but not in an unsupportive way, but just in a just very homely, lovable way. And the best part about that is as you sink into them, you get to look out through this massive panoramic roof at the top. You get a sunroof as well that does open, so you get a bit of air if you want to have all of your side windows up. Due to the insulation levels inside the car, when I tested that feature out on the EX5, you didn't really hear anything unless it was a motorbike coming up right next to you as well with the sunroof open, so you could have a really enjoyable drive. Plenty of legroom, so behind that front seat, you have so much space. I'm 5'10", not the tallest, but not the shortest, which means your kids are gonna love the back seat here. USB-A and USB-C outputs, air conditioning vents that are controllable and movable down the bottom here, grab handles at the top, and courtesy lights just there. Of course, the car has ISOFIX points as well, so you have 2 on the outer sides, and the tether points are directly behind the seats for any children's seats that you need to put into the car. There's a lot to love about the back seat of the Geely Starray EM-i. In the boot of the Starray EM-i, you will have a couple of features that you will really love, and that is the back seats. They fold flat 60/40, and the top tethers are directly behind each of those seats as mentioned before, so you're not going to lose out on any boot space. The back area here fit around 4 large suitcases or strollers, prams, whatever child-related things you need to carry with you. They're going to be fine. Whatever doesn't fit on top fits underneath here. This can also be lowered with this shelf sliding in a little bit lower to give you that extra bit of depth should you need it as well. Now at the back of the car, you have this beautiful and elegant light bar design that goes the whole way across. That is very distinctive, and you will have everyone knowing that it's a Geely. Plus, they've added Geely badging because, well, people should know what they're staring at from behind. Rear parking sensors are going to make parking a breeze, and of course a camera at the back because, well, you can't have too much vision. Now there you have it, guys. That is the wrap on the Geely Starray EM-i, and this car I'm super excited to see in the Australian market because I think it will fit so many different purposes for so many families that love the EX5 but want to have that flexibility with road trips. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel, ask any questions you have in the comment section, and I'll try to get as much information for you as possible and keep you posted with any further updates.